Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, chat? How are we doing today? Excited? Yes. Yes. Alright. Well, we have got a long way to go until later. EU starts at 3 o'clock, so we don't have too far for that one. But then NA does not start until later tonight, around 8. So we have quite a while to go before that, so don't make any plans. Be here all day, and I will try to keep you guys entertained. All right. I woke up this morning and my son was supposed to have soccer practice, and then I was going to go get them haircuts, and I'm like, I look outside, soccer practice was canceled, and I was like, why was it canceled? And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? And yes, we ended up getting like 2-3 inches, maybe 4 inches of snow, which I didn't even know it was supposed to snow at all. So that was a little bit of a shock. So, alright, let's get started here. I think I want to try and play some ranked here later on. So we'll see how that goes. We will see how it goes. Hopefully we have some better games than what we had yesterday. Because, or was it yesterday, the day before? Because yeah, it was not great. Not great. Hey, what's going on, COD? How you doing, buddy? Alright, survive storm circles. We'll start with that. We will start with that. I have a feeling that it is gonna be a little sweaty today. And I know you guys are going to, you know, obviously watch me, but I will check to see about the drops, because there might, I don't know if it's for every streamer or if you have to watch it on, I don't know, if somebody could find out about that. I know that they're giving away a back bling today, but I don't know if it's, I'll have to check my drops thing and see if it is for everybody or if it is just that you have to watch the actual Fortnite stream. Okay. Thought I heard somebody out here. Oh, they're fighting over there on the boat. let's get loaded up here, and then we will head over towards the, we'll head over towards the vault real quick. Alright, sorry, I know that the stream might be just a tiny bit laggy. It looks like it's getting better. There's a lot of devices going in this house right now. A lot. Somebody's up top over there. Striker AR. Pick that up. Looks like he's already gotten the, Oh, man. Oh, I didn't want to do that. This guy's over there. Oh, shit. Where's this guy at? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is exactly what we needed right there. Oh, I beat him. I beat him. I beat him. Oh, man. 7 health. Oh, that was really close. I'm gonna clip that. I wonder if that was Bush Camp Dad. It might have been. Okay, we gotta get out of here. Is there no... Oh, somebody's here. Alright. I haven't been down in this area in a while. Like, through all of this. Oh, they're still... Oh, I bet you that guy is fighting the AI up there. Let's head up towards the forecast machine here. See if we can pick them off. I think it's just now going off. Yep, he's in there. He's inside of it. Oh, I just missed. Just missed that shot. Oh, he's sliding down. He's sliding down. He's not seeing me. God, how did I miss? Again. This is gonna be a tough fight. I kind of want to get into the train. Oh no, get on it. I hit this, I won $1 million. We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going, make him think that we're here. Kind of want one of those Donatello things. I want to get one of those because it's going to have the pizza thing in it. And we need that for health. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We need that for some health. Oh, that's beautiful. Somebody's here. I bet it's this guy. Got him. Okay, that wasn't him. Alright, let's take this back in here, use the pizza. Alright. Now we are looking good. Now we'll just chill. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. Let's just chill here for a second. I should have killed that guy. I really should have. Like, I had two opportunities to hit him with a sniper shot and completely missed. Okay, they just took that Donatello one, which is right over there. Somebody just took it. There he goes. He's in the car. Let's see if he gets out. Got him. Got him. Sorry, pal. Let's take the other part of this. Come on. Come on, make it across, make it across, make it across, make it across. Oh! Dude, I never even saw that guy. Oh man. That scared you, that scared me. Like, all I did was hear the shot. Okay. Well, that was a pretty good first game. Right, right. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, let's start a prediction. And instead of the kills, let's do placement. Alright, so the last time we did this, though, we did top 25, under 25, and that didn't really work. So let's just do above 25 or under 25. Okay, so if it's 25 place higher, 26 place lower. Alright, and I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. The game felt a lot better than what it did yesterday. But just for the first game of the day, that's not bad. Not too bad. Alright, let's go. Alright, and then I think what we'll do for... Oh, you know what? I did want to do the poll, so we'll work on a poll here after this game. Okay, survive storm circles. Dude, shut up with that. This is so annoying. I think we'll go for the vault right here. Real quick. It's right over here, right? Yeah. I like this part of the map. I really do. I like just the kind of look of it. Especially at night. Especially at night. It looks so good. With the fog and all of that. Kind of messed up our jump though. Let's get down here. Come on. Come on. Come on. We'll take that. And then we'll take that. Okay, yeah, the only problem with this place is that it does not have very much shields. Let's head over towards whatever the name of this place is. Lavish. Can never remember the name of this place. Oh, we gotta go get him. We gotta get him. Oh, no. Where's he at? Dang it, man. Where'd he go? Oh, very nice. This guy's gotta be in here. Somebody else is here. There's two people here. Is it the boss? Let's just play this slow. He's going after me here. Got him. Finally got Peterbot. Okay, we gotta watch because... I know somebody else is here. He's up above me. We gotta go. The storm is right here. I'm not gonna worry about that thing right now. I'll let him fight for it and get it, and then we can get him. Oh, there he is. Right there. Oh, there's somebody else over there. Now we can go. Now we can go. I don't want him to see me before I can get up there to him. Come on. Come on, give me my... Really? Oh, there's somebody else. Broke him. Kind of want that health right there. He ran. No. No, why didn't I change to my shotgun? Oh, man. Crap, dude. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna equip that. That's pretty cool looking. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. Let's see what other... Nah. Didn't it say 2? What was the other one? Hey, 2020. We can go back in time. Man, I should have had him, man. I don't know why I didn't pull out my shotgun. Dang it. Ooh. Oh, this is the one guy's snake. Edit. Ruby relic or the... I will keep this one on. I like that back bling. That's really cool. What?
6 minutes.
To what?
To grand start.
Really?
For EU.
Oh, EU, okay.
6 minutes till game 1 starts.
I thought it started at 3 o'clock.
I did too, but I guess they're more behind than
Here,
we
you can
thought.
come over here and look with it. EU Grand Finals.
If you go on Aussie's thing, he's doing a 12-hour stream.
Nice, we'll pull him up real fast. Well, actually, we need to go to the Fortnite one so we can go back and forth and view it.
Oh yeah, you go to FortniteEpic.com or something like that.
Yeah.
It's on Twitch.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the watch party thing that I had the other day.
Oh.
And this is it right here. Yeah. Baka Parza. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys, and I will get this on. Let's switch over to the watch party thing. Give me 1 second here. I know the screen is blank. And share. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure that the sound is on and good. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure that the sound. Oh, hang on. I gotta click to unmute.
I don't think they will have problems, and I say that because everybody says the best sniper in the world, Frankie's Thomas HD. I think Veno is giving him a run for his money. Yes, it's a bold claim, but it's one I will stand by. The snipes you're seeing here on your screen, right?
We are good.
There's 4 snipes within a minute of each other in the recent Cash Cup. He was getting 4 snipes in a minute. There's a crazy snipe here onto Queasy, his old teammate. Veno this season with a sniper has just been unreal. Look at this one onto iDrop here. iDrop edited open for half a second. I asked iDrop about this, Alim, and iDrop was like, I couldn't blink. I blinked and it was done. I didn't know what was going on. Veno with a sniper is absolutely unreal. I think he's going to be a real problem, and I think he will be the surge solution for them. There'll be games where they look like they're down and out, and he'll just come out with something. Knows how to lead the lobby and damage. Veno is going to be a serious problem, and it's Veno and Tayson at the end of the day. Mini, I think they'll be good with surge, and they'll get to many end games.
Yeah, it seems like that is something that they're happy with right now in terms of surge. I think they're going to run into a few problems personally. You highlighted how there's not too many teams around them there. Not getting that early surge can be very vital or difficult for them, because it's absolutely vital in the game to make sure you can get off to a good start. Janice and Flixie do that very well, as I just broke down there. So it's going to be interesting to see the dynamics and the difference in those teams.
Yeah, I think the key thing though is obviously, you know, the end games, right? Because ultimately, when it comes down to grands, you're always looking at what teams are going to consistently make it to end game. If you're a team that you can say confidently you're going to get to probably 6 out of 6 end games on like one of the days, especially, you know, you'd hope day 2, right, with the whole 1.5x points.
Yeah,
I think Tayson Veno very much can do that.
The main thing for me, though, the main thing with this duo, the main problem that they've been having this season,
so who do you
is
guys
just
think
the fact
is
that they're
going
two
to
very experienced players.
one?
We know all about Tayson, we know all about Veno, we know what they can do in endgame, but also they know that. They're two very big personalities that have sometimes differing opinions about how to approach an endgame, which way to rotate. Do we go for height? Do we go for low? And it seems like that's a little bit disjointed sometimes, Levin. That's my main problem. That's my main concern. And although it seems like they have fixed that over the last couple of days and last couple of events, this is grand finals. This is where the pressure's on. They're going to make a decision, and they might make the different decisions and not agree on things. Like clash of heads there, I think that's going to be a worrisome thing for them today.
I definitely think that's a fair concern. It's something they've struggled with, and it was something that worried me, but I think you look at the last week, and I think the dynamics sort of changed a bit. A lot of the friction they were having was, you know, due to sort of Tayson, you know, sort of warming up towards FMCS. Tayson's, you know, hot right now. He's feeling it. He is in Tayson mode, and I think Veno's identified that, and he feels more comfortable taking a step back and listening to him, allowing him to lead. I do think they'll be better when Tayson leads this duo. Spoke to their coach Bloodx. He said, look, Veno, he's sort of almost in puppy mode a bit more, right, where he's willing to sit back and listen, and I think that will benefit them. And another thing that I thought I should mention, right, is that these guys are probably the best fighting team in the world right now. When they are fighting for caches, it might be one of the most unfair things. I would hate to be a team that has to fight these guys for a cache, because you just know the fight's going to start with Veno hitting you from 100, you know, with a snipe of some sort. Tayson coming in with some big shots. You know, even if you get one down knocked, there's a good chance they 1v2 clutch. These guys are so strong, and I really think that if it isn't going to be Janice and Flixie, it's probably going to be Tayson and Veno. And funnily enough, Mini Miner, I think something that's very interesting we should know is, we mentioned the Cash Cup, you know, curse earlier, right?
Yeah.
In all those situations where the Cash Cup was won by a team before an FMCS, but they didn't win Grands, the team that went on to win Grands was always the team that eliminated them the most in that Cash Cup. Do you know who eliminated Janice and Flixie the most in the most recent Cash Cup? Tayson and Veno. Tayson and Veno. So if the curse is true, Tayson and Veno should win.
All right, here's what I'm going to say, boys. I think Tayson and Veno have got the most chance of getting victory royales when they get to that end game position, but they've been so inconsistent for that. And if they hadn't got that victory royale golden ticket, we might have seen them struggling to be in that top 10 because of that inconsistency. Janice and Flixie, though, I am convinced top 10 is at least a guarantee. But you know what? There are no guarantees in the world of FMCS. So all we can do really is watch the action unfold. Welcome to the grand final.
What makes a champion? A champion is someone who ain't afraid of the big stage.
Right, there we go.
A champion is someone who stands tall against any opposition. A champion is someone who can do it not once, not twice, but 5 times. A champion isn't someone who never fails, but someone who never quits. A champion has an edge. They have ice in their veins. They can't be cracked. A champion is someone who can step away from the battle bus for 2 years and come back like they never left. Champions innovate. Champions inspire. Champions conquer the world. Again and again and again. Champions can do it when the lights are the brightest, and they can come from the shadows when you least expect it. Champions come from far and wide to show you how great they are. A champion's journey begins long before a title is won. But the grand finals is the road all champions must take to reach their destination. This is the place where they make it known. Are you ready? This is where champions are crowned.
18 FMCS champions are competing today. A combined 39 FMCS titles between them. And after this weekend, Jacob, we'll have 2 more. This is the EU FMCS Grand Finals.
And already we're starting off hot. A fight I think everybody has had their eyes on since his return. Mongrel and Savage, with Mongrel already down, but Savage is his chance to go big. 35 shields, well, not a lot being drained off, but shots on multiple members. Savage has one almost going down altogether. That's Nate, but the fight continues. Savage goes down even with a knock. Him and Mongrel have to try again in game 2.
Nate Lane, quick 2 elims off the bat. One of the most anticipated engagements of the day. And it ended so quickly.
Yeah, just an all-out engagement. Got another team on the outskirts too. It's gonna be a long road for everybody landing towards the ship at station. Crims, Noms, Lavish Layer going up against Thomas, but a double knock right out of the gates. Queasy versus Noms, 1v1 for the throne of Lavish Layer.
There we go.
Good news is, for Queasy, he does have a big pot. It's going to give him the upper hand in terms of shield, but Noms now might even be looking to pick up his duo partner. Queasy hasn't started yet on Thomas HD, so Cringe and Noms will be able to get back out as a duo quicker.
Yes, this is EU game 1.
And right now they got the green light. They're immediately trying to bull rush in. Queasy outside of the door gets the revive onto Thomas. We will continue this fight, Takata, towards Lavish Layer, but both of these teams have to be careful. The longer this fight takes, the more potential third parties coming in and disrupting the entire thing.
Queasy now forced to look around, find a bit extra loot. Thomas HD on a sliver of HP as Noms and Cringe have healed back up. Now with both players split up opposite sides, of the Lavish Lair. Huge med kit found for Thomas HD.
Not just a med kit. Look at the materials. I believe he maybe even found some sort of llama or something. Gets the grapple blade, crash pad. A huge find for Queasy and Thomas to kind of start this game off. Now, against Noms and Cridge, they're just completely outmatched in terms of material, in terms of utility. All Thomas and Queasy do is need to give themselves a green light to go ahead and try to fight this, and they're going to be more than enough ready.
Issue is taking engagement here when their opponents have such an elevation advantage on top of the Lavish Lair. When you're going for this drop spot, ideally, you want to drop at the top of the building. Gives you the best position. It gives you the most loot. But once they're put down below now and forced to loot the outskirts, it's almost not even worth it unless they get a big advantage.
King and Lemieux.
Or King Phaser, another very, very hyped up team. Switching their drop spot up a little bit, and already it's working out. They get that first elimination on the Lunex. You got to imagine clearing the drop spot overall. Pink and Vico waiting until the last moment in the final game on day 2 to qualify for the finals. And what a hard-fought game it was for Pink. Doing it as a solo during the end game, losing Vico, but back on over towards Lavish Lair, Queasy, Thomas. They finally got the upper hand against Noms with a huge knock, leaving Crims on the back foot to try to run away, and they have him surrounded. Even the bot is going to go ahead and take a part in this battle. Queasy's going to finish that one off, and now Lavish Lair is all theirs.
The Llama blessing for Thomas HD, recuperating his HP, giving them that confidence to get right back into the action and come out on top with the 2 elims. Let's see how they did it.
Wow.
Material, they're already fighting the NPC. Noms went down easy, and from there it was just kind of a 2v1. You know how that goes. Lazen, Locks, over towards Ruined Reels. We're already got 2 teams contesting it, a third one moving in. And that's the thing about these finals lobbies. Sometimes you save a lot of the tricks and a lot of what you worked on for moments like this.
Looking back, Resident Vidil. So many of these tied-in duos are going for these early game engagements, these battles. We know how difficult Storm Surge is in Grand Finals lobbies. It's as difficult as it gets. So getting that damage early on is crucial for making it to the late game.
You guys can hear and everything.
Reason and Vidil, another one of our big winners through the semi-final weekend last weekend. Casper Prism, they were not too far off from one of our early exchanges. Kind of disengaging on out. Snipe shot hit's going to go through. Casper shield's going to get dropped. Vidil Reason might have heard that one into the distance. They're going to try to move in. First cover is going to be easy. Vidil just immediately melts his opponent, but him himself dropped down to just 20 HP, but that's not too much for Reason and him to overcome. They have heals, they have shields, and now they have a 2v1.
Vidil taking the time to heal up, even though they do have the edge on this engagement. They want to make sure both players get healed up before even taking the 2v1. They can see now Wall Repraise is coming through, but they're almost waiting for that perfect moment to strike, as now Resin continues breaking through. The opponent is feeling nervous. Grapple Blade made or put up to good use now, and it looks like
6
Prism's
games
gonna get out of there
today, and then 6 games tomorrow.
That loot that they were able to gather, you can see them changing it around, knowing their roles as well, giving on over that purple hammer pump on over to each other, making sure that they have enough. But this is a fight I feel like we've been seeing all weekend long. Kiro and Kaduo versus Vico and Pink for that forecast tower. You see full control all over to Vico and Pink in terms of the card, but being able to use it's a whole nother story. They got to go through Kiro and Kaduo to make that a possibility.
Deja vu is what I'm feeling from this duel. We've seen it time and time again. Kiro Kaduo going up against Pink and Vico for this forecast tower. We know how impactful it can be for the rest of the match.
It's important to
showing
get these.
Those upcoming zones really before they appear. It's important. It's part of their game plan to secure it, but it also opens up that extra risk, Jacob, where you kind of have to take that back and forth engagement. And with one team turtled up around the forecast tower, the other one up above, they don't want to waste time here.
Yeah, that's perfect wording. They don't want to waste time. They had 8 materials on one of the 2 players there. They have to disengage. They have the cards. They don't have to worry about the forecast tower going on over to somebody else. So they're just going to farm off. Hopefully that team does disengage. That way they can get the free forecast tower. But we'll see how that one goes and how much of a hard-fought battle's been all weekend long. There's Stash, Malibuca, not too far from Fencing Fields, where they claim the majority of that loot, but they get paused here as Verstash takes a huge snipe from the third party.
Fencing Fields, triple contested. It's not a easy situation to get out of, and look at this. It's Jacob. The forecast tower engagement. Veno, Tayson are going to be the third party. The extra duo that says we want a piece of that action. Forcing now both duos to kind of walk away from it. I believe it was Pink and Vico who had that card. So I don't think anybody has secured it yet.
Yeah, not just yet. They're not going to be able to. Pink and Vico ran away. They disengaged. Kiro and Kudo doing the same thing.
Basically one
Veno and Tayson, probably from Grand Glacier, saw that it was still up. Wanted to see what all the noise was about. With no commotion going on, they're just going to continue moving forward in towards the zone. It's not necessarily a part of their game plan every single time, but it's definitely something that they want to get curious about and see if they can gather it. And it does look like Hero and Kudo are just going to kind of stay back along with Pink and Vico. That one could get dangerous as soon as the zone continues to move forward.
Here we
Taking
go.
a look now at Cammy and Seti, who are tied for the most victory royales in the qualifiers with Vico and Pink. And you know why. This duo screams consistency. They had some rough patches in the semis to make it here. But now it's game day, Jacob. Grand finals, 2 days of competition. And they're going to choose to stay in the zone and fish up a little bit with those shield breaker EMPs.
Yeah, not too strange from their game plan. And I will say from Seti and Cammy, they're more of our prime time players in this lobby during the qualifiers. I expected them to get a VR, but it was consistency through and through for Seti and Cammy. Not too strange from what we've seen them, especially not only in the Invitational, but the Global Championship run as well. They know exactly how to play in these high-pressure situations. It's like Yanis and Flixie. Yanis, expert in his own, multiple FMCS championship, trying to get Flixie his first. And this is the team in EU that has been on fire recently. You heard the analysts break it down. They won the most recent Duo Cash Cup. And I got to ask you, are you a believer in curses? Do you think it's kind of out the window this time around?
Look, it's been a saying for a long time in Fortnite competitive history. You don't want to get first place in that Cash Cup, but I mean, they broke it down on the desk in terms of numbers. There is a good possibility. What I'm more curious about here for Yanis and Flixie is, I believe they were contested by Robin and Medax, but no elims on the board. I also don't know where their opponents have went to. And if they haven't gotten any damage or any tags, they're incredibly healthy in terms of materials, ammunition, and their loadout for the rest of the match. But with the zone pulling further from the drop spot, they are going to have to get on that surge route.
Yeah, and just before we kind of switch, I saw Forecast Tower still up for grabs. Got to imagine Pink and Vico making it a part of their game plan to loot some HP heals. So that way, when they do overstay, they're welcome in the zone. It's not going to be too damaging to them. And you see the threshold numbers this time around. It's updated Storm Surge here in this FNCS. And if you guys don't know what Storm Surge is, it's a mechanic built into the game to force action within one another. And those on the left are going to be the zones. On the right is the remaining players before Storm Surge turns off. So if it's above that player count, Storm Surge will activate. You see in Zone 3, requires 90 remaining players. And since we're at 75, we'll not get Storm Surge up until about Zone 4, maybe Zone 5.
And although there are 24 players competing in their first ever FNCS finals, there's also some of the most experienced veterans in Fortnite competitive competing here today who know exactly how to play around these difficult Storm Surge lobbies. You can see the paths some of them have already, basing up on top of ridges, hills, high elevated areas to get those tags on the players that are rotating through. But if you're on the edge of the zone, depending on where it closed, how far it is from your drop spot, it might be much more difficult.
And just looking at Pleasant Piazza being in the zone.
There's people down there on the bottom.
I drop a Nebs. They made a whole rotation from the east all the way around the south to the west side where they're positioned at now.
Shot there.
Depending on how many teams actually stayed there, which is not super contested like we have seen on some other regions. So I would think Storm Surge is a little bit of a worry for them. But with the elevation that they have and I think their position overall, it's not going to be too hard for them to gather it. As long as they don't wait for Storm Surge to actually activate and force themselves to go in.
Looking back, King and Phaser potentially could make history this weekend, coming from the Brazilian region, competing on EU, and in the first FMCS they do so, making it to the grand finals. We did see that they're contested, but in game one they have come out on top. So they are definitely starting off strong. And look at this, Jacob. 3 separate duos all at the same time going for Rift Island.
Yeah, even though it doesn't grant you points, there's just so much loot to gather up there. The elevation, the heals, it's just a huge resurgence to your game plan. And somehow Veno is going to be the one on top of the mountain. Tayson trying to farm up, but he's just like all-seeing eye, gathering information for him and Tayson. And as soon as they don't like the position, they're going back to farming up. A lot of players here stuck now on top of Rift Island have to make that decision. Do they actually want to contest the point or just find their position at the top and try to shoot around?
I mean, there's so many objectives each of these duos could have. They might just want to get to a position where there's a lot of duos around them so they can get that damage, get those tags. They might just want the loot from the flag. They might just want to be in a good position where they have that option to rotate when zone does pull further. Under the Rift Island, there are rifts that appear that a lot of duos will be boxing up on. There's launch pads on the Rift Island that you can use to rotate. There's so many factors, so many benefits that you can get
right away
from this location. But for right now, it's all about damage.
Yeah, and I can see the forecast tower card just left there on the ground. Pink and Vico, I really don't think they had a chance to actually grab the forecast. With Kiro and Kudo contesting it, Veno and Tayson making their way, it's almost one of those things in the game that's very, very useful that goes to the wayside. Pink is going to go ahead and lead that charge. No shields on to Vico really to follow up, but I imagine they're just holding their spot here, grabbing 2 different boxes for now, so that way they can try to get 2 different angles on any teams rotating on this part of the zone.
Now that the forecast section of the match has ended, it's more about the combat caches now, that extra loot that you find throughout the map, the engagements that arise from it. But I believe Pink and Vico are even taking shots at a solo there. He has disengaged now, but in 2 separate boxes, they do have more vision. There's 20 seconds until 4th zone closes. So we'll have to see here what their game plan is.
Yeah, just looking around, looking in the mini-map. Not too many full teams on this side of the map. 4 total out of 38. Maybe even a 5th if you look a little bit more down towards the south.
Crazy how long
solos
these
scattered in and out of that as well.
though.
Have to be very, very careful when you're stacked up on the congested side of zone as a solo. As you jump on board Vaniac and Sined, one of our early teams to qualify in day 1 of the FMCS semifinals. And this season overall, I don't know where they're finding the eliminations. I don't know how they're grabbing the material, but it's usually late into the game. They start to build a massive sky base due to a refresh that they're able to find at the perfect time. And it's usually them consistently there. But now that we have a lot of our top dogs here in a singular lobby, I want to see if they're going to take that same risk to try to go ahead and build such a massive sky base like they've done in the past.
There is a bit of materials down below that they can refarm up on. Even making use of the smart pistol to lock onto their opponents as they're up above. Looking Rift Island now. Tayson Veno running lower and lower on HP. Gonna be forced to use heals on the rotate here.
Scraps left behind in the capture point. And they have the Flowberry Fizz, so even though it is in this zone, Takata, Rift Island, the zone pulls so far away from it more times than not. Not every time, but more times than not. Flowberry Fizz, Launchpad is going to allow Veno and Tayson to fly so high and so far into the zone. They can see every player that's currently positioned in and out of it, so they can find themselves the perfect spot to try to get in. Granted, hopefully they don't get sniped or taken down along the way, because then that'll be the only wrench in their gameplay.
Even after going to Rift Island and taking shots back and forth with the duos contesting it, they're just 44
that you can actually do that
above the current threshold as they quickly decide it's going to be Sined and Vaniac's box that they want to get into. Straight into the action as Veno gets a wall replace, unable to connect his first pump shot. Now, the danger of the surrounding duos is the shots and the pressure it's going to come in.
Such high risk, high reward play very, very early for Veno and Tayson. But seeing as they are 44 above the threshold instead of below, they're going to box themselves up as a just-in-case, a plan B, while they try to look for shots elsewhere. It does have the Thunderburst, does have the Reaper Sniper. Can definitely pick up a ton of damage in the blink of an eye. Tayson spotting a player out. Veno's going to try to land a shot. Doesn't click through, and you can see they're falling below that damage threshold, and you see their plan B behind them. Tayson's looking at it, seeing when do they go versus when do they continue to do this.
Now drop down to 31 above. As the pressure continues, so does the risk. Tayson now desperately looking at multiple angles. Where's that option? Where's that opportunity going to open up? Is it going to be another duo peeking who needs damage? But you got to be careful. You see that reflection from the sniper scope. It's terrifying, especially if it connects onto you. But at the same time, if you can just land one big shot, it could be enough, as now they've decided it might be time to get towards the box fights. One pump shot could be all it takes, as Tayson is going to be on the receiving end.
Yeah, nice counter shot coming out from Banyak to deal a huge amount of damage. Sined's got to be careful, though. You can't deal too much damage to those builds to break it down, just like the counterparts. Piece control is going to be tricky on the other side, but now they are below. Veno, Tayson continuously falling, stalling themselves out. Now they're being forced here by Storm Surge to try to interact, but Tayson landed a couple shots through the builds, going to climb them up that Storm Surge threshold, but still not enough to be over. In about 30 seconds, this will activate and put them in a tougher spot than they are right now.
Big pots being dropped, being split between the duo as they continue to just look at the box fight. But in the meantime, there's so many duos now rotating in their surroundings down below. You can see Tayson heard a bit of the action. You can see it's actually Bevy's Pablo just in front of their box here, as they've maybe decided they don't want to continue the box fight with the players close. Double pickaxe comes through directly into the box. This is all or nothing.
Somehow Tayson was able to squeak in. He gets the knock. It's going to be a trade, though. Veno's down. Bevy's going to be the sacrifice on the other side. Nobody really taking note of this fight just yet. Pablo's trying to heal up. Tayson's trying to give himself more space. There is a chance he can get Veno back, but he has to build himself space, and he's doing the perfect plays to give himself a chance back into this game. But Banyak, Sined, they hear noise going down, and they focus the other solo out. So Veno, Tayson, I think this is going to be successful, and another chance into this game.
Huge success. Veno did get knocked down, but all they wanted was that damage. And they got the damage without even losing a player, as now they do have the shields to recuperate what was lost during the engagement. I believe they're a little over 250 above and can focus a bit more now on positioning, as Malabuka Merstash also in a critical situation. They do have the medallion, which is going to help them get up to 50 shield, but at the same time, you only have so much HP, you only have so much shields, but 543 above the Storm Surge threshold.
All right.
This is very big.
Yep, it's great to see Merstash playing along in this one. Malabuka, the historic run just to qualify into this stage of the event. Multiple reboots and a huge VR.
This thing keeps doing
We're
this.
seeing what Storm Surge is doing to so many players around the lobby. Pixel forced to try to go in, low on Surge. Vidil makes easy work of that one. Picks up the second elimination of the game for himself. 2 total for the team. And now they're following in tandem along with Malabuka or Merstash. And with that Flowberry Fizz, they're going to pass them up. And this is their chance to get to the zone and then begin to worry about that Surge.
Especially if they're able to get here first. They will have the option to look back on all the duos that are rotating through, but you want to get a bit elevated for that, as we can see Kiduo lost his duo partner. No floppers left, 33 HP, ticking quicker and quicker. As now just 10 left, connects a couple shots, but you would need a blessing to get out of this situation.
And Small Fry just wasn't enough to gain the HP and go to zone, but Tayson, Veno, back where we've seen him before, in yet another fight, but this time around 200 above the damage threshold. They're going to have more control over their game from here on out. With 41 players, 23 teams still left alive. Even though they're a full duo, there's 5 solos running around this lobby trying to collect those solo points.
That are still
They were put into panic from Storm Surge. They were forced to go all in. And although they lost a lot of their HP, they are now healthy enough inside of the zone and have a chance to make it to the end game. But for Putrick, on the other hand, he did lose his duo partner during the hunt. Now 82 below, forced to take those shots and look for that damage as players start rotating through. It's all duos in the surrounding area. Putrick needs a miracle.
Yeah, he's trying to go ahead and rotate while getting the shots, but hasn't been successful so far. Storm Surge, even a couple shots ticking in, and all the damage has been done. He gets sent back to the lobby here in game 1. Zone, it's moving over the mountain, and this is what we saw last weekend. If you're not prepared for these roller coaster of zones, it will be disastrous to your builds, to your material, and your overall game plan. You can see Queasy left as a solo. I will say, luckily for him, he does have those med kits and some builds to work with, so this is the stage when the zones begin to move, he has a chance to stagger himself to try to pick up points or an elimination.
9th zone will be appearing shortly. The first moving zone of the match is Queasy. Opponent's danger, jumping right into his box, left at 15 HP. He has 2 medkits to recuperate it, but he needs to get out of this situation as the pressure does not slow down.
Yeah, the Thunderburst just doing so much damage. Even the Nemesis being in on those builds, but 15 HP. Queasy just trying to get out. There's still pressure for so many duos, so many angles. Top 19 is where Queasy and Thomas will go down in game 1. Hopefully that motivates him to keep going. Noah, Aqua, they're going to be the first team here on the high ground. Can they hold on to it? Because we see 9th zone for some. It might be too early because we know there's a duo or even a solo at the low ground planning to try to overtake this at the perfect moment.
Give me 1 second.
How much Aqua likes to play on the high ground with 3 elims already. Holding it from the first zone can be a risky move, but at the same time, first match grand finals, so many resources have been used from these duos just trying to get enough damage and make it into zone. It could be enough for them to hold on to it. Resin now, huge impact there, recuperating the materials. 2 elims on the board total, but you can see they need to stay together on this rotate.
Yeah, it wasn't a ton, but those Siphon mats are getting him from point A to point B, allowing him to pop the big pot, get his shields back. Cammy by himself, but luckily for them, out of the duo, he's the one that typically does carry the HP heals. Top 16, still got more points to gather and doing a good job of staying ahead of the game. Sees the zone, going up the mountain. He's trying to beat every team there as Pink and Vico went down to Pablo, who lost his teammate Bebies early on in this game.
Giannis, Flixie, favorites for today's competition as they go ahead with the grapple blade, making sure to stay together, but you gotta be careful. It is Cammy close by. Do they know that it's a solo as they continue to tarp ahead of zone?
Yeah, Giannis, Flixie trying to make their way in from Cash Cup first place to first game of the FNCS, willing to break that curse and make it so, but Video gets down along the way. Reason stuck by himself, and he's doing a fantastic job moving through these builds, almost unseen.
Last medkit now being put to good use, seeing if he can find a rotate here. He is going to be on the backside, so we'll have more options on how to rotate in. Malabuka in a similar situation. No medkit though. No Flowberry Fizz. He has that momentum boost from popping it, but it's only going to last so long. Is now Vanyak, Sined, they're going for height.
This is their chance, but they immediately get stuffed and shut down. He even knocked as Noah and Aqua. They're able to solidify it and keep a hold of that high ground for now. But he runs into Pablo, but same song, different dance. He goes ahead and gets another elimination, bringing their total of 6.
Another one on the books as Malabuka goes down as well. Flixie now left as a solo. He is going to be forced to pop a medkit in zone.
This is his chance, though. Placement points for consistency on that leaderboard with his teammate going down. Sined trying to do the same thing as Aqua and Noah on the high ground, putting down an immense amount of pressure. Dioxy and Cade, 7 eliminations. They're looking like some of the most healthy team in this lobby outside of the high ground.
11 players up, 8 duos. Noah does not have any medkits in his inventory. Does Aqua have some if they want to play the heal off? But it looks like they might not even have to. So much pressure is being put on second height on the players. Waterfalling down this mountain as the chaos now below is increasing.
Arian down there by himself as well. Probably one's putting the pressure on Dioxy and Cade. He's going to be able to go ahead and make more space so that way he has more room to work with. Nobody's really taking note. He's that meat in the middle. Bottom layer, though, now trying to chop it down into the palm of their hands. 3-team FNCS final for game 1. Aqua, Noah, they lose high ground at the worst possible moment. Noah goes down. Cade gets dropped. It's all up to Loki, who gets another elimination, bringing it down to a 1v1, but he doesn't have heals. It's all up to Aqua. He's going back in with 1 flopper left. He's going to use it, ready to fight it, but he goes down. Loki takes down Aqua and takes game 1.
Low-keyed saw from the dirt down below, eliminating the high ground duo. No and Aqua held it throughout first moving zone all the way to the last moments, even with floppers in the inventory, but they were unable to connect those impactful shots and went down to Saw and his duo partner in those last moments.
Yeah, they stayed on that ultimate low ground every single time. Even with those refresh, the extra mats they were able to get, they just stayed ahead. And that elimination on the Flixie allowed them to build that cone tarp, so that way they're able to fight this with Noah going down back of zone, even with the trade, the edit with the cone, the frenzy shotgun. They just played that almost flawlessly to take game one.
Aryan, low-keyed, you know they are feeling happy now with that motivation from the first game, but this isn't a sprint, Jacob. It's a marathon. This is just the beginning of the EU Grand Finals.
Yep, and with that said, game one is over. Let's throw it on over to Des to see what they think about the start of FNCS.
Thank you so much, boys. That was an absolutely epic way to kick off the grand finals. Although I just want to give a quick shout out to Jacob PR's incredible shirt. Best dressed of the
live. Okay. So yeah, what we'll do is switch back and forth. Watch a game, play a game, watch a game, play a game. Okay, I just had to switch that. Now we're good. That was a crazy first game. I'll keep an eye on it here and make sure that we're not going to be missing another game. But what we'll do is kind of just switch back and forth, play a game, watch a game, play a game, watch a game. Okay. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's probably best, though, to put other in that. Maybe we'll do the next prediction. Maybe we'll do how many kills will the winning team have. Okay, emote at Ritzy, complete a bounty, eliminate society members. We'll do that one. I used to wear this outfit all the time, right there with that exact back bling. Okay. Alright, so if I was playing, this would definitely be my drop spot area right over here. Screwed it up because I wasn't paying attention. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. There we go. We're able to climb back up, though. Shield. Ooh, very Nice. We'll keep that. There's just so much loot and stuff right around here. And you're guaranteed to come out of here with 100 shield. Like, you would definitely come out of here with 100 shield, lots of brick. Where's he at? Where'd that guy go? Oh, no. I hit the rock. Broke him. He's in that bush. Oh no, he's behind me. He's behind me. Oh no, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of there. We can grab the car and get... Oh no, there's not a car here this time. Wasn't there... Yes, okay. Sometimes keep forgetting that you can run. Alright, we're gonna have to take this other way around. That guy's got the high ground over there. We might be able to sneak up on him here. Maybe. We only got 3 shots left in our sniper, though. Dang it, dude. It didn't look like he was still up here. Alright, hang on. Oh man, he's got Yeah, it's got it locked down right here. Oh, the guy was right there to his left. Why does this keep shutting off? Hang on a minute. Hang on. Hyper SMG. We can do that. We should be able to do that, right? Alright, we'll play this one and then we'll switch back. Go back over to this side. Oryx, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? And like I said, we will play this game here and then switch back over to the FMCS. It doesn't look like the other game has started yet. Okay. Somebody land down there? Do we want the grapple blade? I think I am gonna take for right now. Oh. I think that they changed the drop cons of these. Oh, come on. Great. Don't need it. Okay, I think we got everything in here. Oh, 2 of them. Alright, let's move. Not a terrible loadout, not a terrible loadout. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. He was completely, I don't know, I don't know what happened to him. He lagged out or something. Oh, come on. No way. You can tell I don't use the grapple blade very much. Where is this guy? Oh, he's up above me now. He's up above me now. Because somebody's in here fighting the AI. Oh, dude. That sucked. I really sucked there. Alright. Let's go back. Yes, they are on the next game. Wait, what happened? Oh, come on. Is this gonna do this every time? Screen share. Me in.
Unable to connect from Cammy. Only 7 more in the chamber. And with so much of the match left, you do not want to waste those shots.
Okay, game 2.
I was wondering, you left the med kit up there, and I was like, what is Cammy and
SETI
SETI have in their mind? Well, they have a ton of different heals scattered around their drop spots, kind of saving it for later. Weapon cache is starting to appear for a lot of these teams. It does look like Reason and Video might have shared one with Noah and Aqua, with Noah and Aqua being the ones to collect that and all that loot. And you gotta think, look at the materials right now. It isn't necessarily too bad for Vidal and Reason, but they definitely still have more work to do, and where they're gonna get the metal is gonna be the question for me.
That is a difficult resource, the most scarce one on the map, and usually these players will have routes for everything, for Storm Surge, for right off the drop spot, how to maximize efficiency to get as much loot as possible, but also be put in an advantageous position against your opponents if you're contested, and even were to farm up that metal, as it's so crucial later in the match. We've also seen a lot of bushes being put to good use, especially if you have a sniper rifle like Flixie does have in hand. You can see almost like Cammy and SETI here with the amount of spare loot they have. They're like squirrels hiding all their nuts, all their precious items around their drop spot, as all it takes is one quick sniper shot. I'm wondering here if, I mean, the wood structures are kind of on purpose, as it's going to block those shots from opponents taking blind shots into the builds, but at the same time open up opportunities for you to peek.
And you can see, though, I like the way you said, I feel like we're two peas in a pod sometimes, because I'm looking at those builds. You see some of them are kind of edited down just a little bit to try to minimize the amount of coverage that they won't be able to kind of shoot shots from while still being able to protect themselves outside of the box. I haven't seen that too much from players that are camping in a lot of these bushes. See if the trend does continue, because that's usually what happens. A lot of the tricks are saved for moments like this, and then everybody immediately starts to adapt. Steal strategies, use whatever they can get their hands on.
Once again, you can see Vaniax and Ed, they have their planned route.
Right.
They always make up
not right with
have a tower on one of the mountains around their drop spots, specifically in areas where they believe their opponents will rotate through. But their opponents learn this as time goes on, and they know that there's going to be a duo positioned around that area taking shots at them, so they will try and use natural, well, the environment.
Yeah,
take cover from that,
the
and even
leaderboard is
use
not
a bit more builds. Pixie, though, look at this. 5 medkits, Jacob. So early on. You can wonder what they're going to want to do in the late game.
He's definitely ready for this meta. It does come down to a heal-off scenario. He has about 2 games worth at this stage. Walks and Pixie just kind of looking around. You see they do have that snooty steps hammer pump. So you got to imagine they have the medallion along with them as well. About 4 or 5 teams on the outskirts out of zone. A couple more just inside the zone as well. So they're going to make their rotation early so they don't get stuck in a lot of the chaos that's down there. Pink and Vico, different plans in mind. Veno, Tayson, slowly but surely, once again, creeping up on their spot. And you can see what both of these teams are fighting for right there on the ground, which was claimed by Veno and Tayson, which was yet another weapons cache.
The altercation from the forecast tower third party to now the combat cache.
So only 25
teams
has been killed.
Could always use a bit more damage. Rift Island has even appeared close by, so they have different options to go towards. Question is, what's on their mind? Storm Surge now appears. They're gonna see exactly how comfortable or stressful the situation is, depending on how much damage they might need. But this time around at the Rift Island, instead of 3 duos contesting it at the same time, there's only one. Clown, Girls, and they've even secured the flag already. Quite free for this duo.
You see him choosing the loot, switching out the shotgun.
Got quite a bit.
Do I want the frenzy? What are you taking in a situation like this? Purple frenzy, gold hammer pump.
Look, I'm a hammer.
He doesn't know.
Type of person, but you can see, yeah, I mean, still making decisions. You know, do I take the extra stack of medkits? Do I leave some? Do I box them up and continue looking for shots? As 0 elims on the board, you know they're gonna need damage. Ooh. 38 duos, 74 players. I mean, there are a lot of teams being contested right off the start, so it's not as stacked in these initial zones as we've seen previously. There's not as many people getting contested. But at the same time, once those initial engagements finish off, not a lot of teams end up getting eliminated after.
You can see Pablo, Bevies just outside. They need to be careful because really susceptible to a snipe from Loot Island if they do want to look in that direction. You can see spotting out where players are positioned at, and they're like right in the middle. They can rotate back towards Rift Island, try to grab one of those rifts that are around. They can rotate to zone, try to beat everybody there. The choice is definitely theirs, and for Pablo and Bevies, this is definitely a great position to be in, to have so much control over your destiny at this stage in the game.
Let's take a look here. Walks Pixie, what they were able to do.
Oh no.
Quick crash pad right into Vortexer's box, taking him down. Volko. Now, was he able to escape? Was he not? Either way, that's a huge elim.
And those are the plays I love to see with the crash pad. Hides all the audio. You can sneak up on a player just like that. Even when they're rotating with each other, that little bit of separation is all it takes to find just a little nifty elimination like that. Han and Vasquez. Center zone is what it looks like. High up on the mountain. 110. Nice snipe shot. Even threading some assault rifle shots through to get even more damage for their Storm Surge. Positioned well. Veno, though, fighting from the low ground against Pablo and Bevies, who we've literally seen moments ago. And I kind of asked this question to start the game. What is their plan for Surge? There are going to be a below, but with a snipe like that, that's definitely going to help Veno and Tayson get above the damage threshold.
We were talking about it. Veno has been hitting some insane shots these days. Can he keep it up in the grand finals when the pressure is on? That one sniper shot put him above. As now Bevies. Uh-oh, be careful, Bevies. You've gotten stuck. 34 now, cracked, no shield to work with. Veno gets the knock. Pablo is taken out. Bevies is low on HP. But this is huge for Tayson and Veno.
Yep, Steven snipes the body, max damage. Just trying to get as much as they can when it comes to Surge. Bevy nearby, but Bevy's time is ticking. He doesn't have any HP. He's below on Surge. And he can't necessarily even rotate first because there's 3 teams waiting for him on the other side. This is going to be his golden opportunity. Lands the shot onto Veno. No heals left over. Bevy needs a miracle if he's going to try to make it to zone. And it's not going to happen. He goes down. Veno, Tayson strike again.
No way he was making it out of that.
Elim airdrop package from above for Veno and Tayson. I'm sure they heard that elimination. They could scavenge the rest of the loot. They're just on the edge here. They're not even too far from making it in, so you can see they're healing up, getting healthy before rotating back in. Aqua Noah, though, currently only 4 below the threshold, forced to pop those floppers, to pop that Flowberry Fizz, as just one shot is what they need. They have that smart pistol. It locks onto your opponents, but for that, they need to peek.
So you just need somebody to peek, and that was the opportunity, but aims just a little too late. Doesn't get the timing. Forced to crash pad. Noah's trying to lead the way, but even he's a short distance away from his opponents. Finally, Aqua's going to land a couple shots with that smart pistol, get him ahead of the threshold, but Noah goes down to Reason, trying to play desperation to get some Storm Surge, and it cost him everything.
Now with no duo partner, Aqua scavenging the materials, but from behind, Fadil finishing off his second match of the day, as they'll now have a bit more freedom on how they want to rotate in here. Looks like it's going to be a Flowberry crash pad combo.
I feel bad for him because not even I saw that coming, and I got the mini map to help me out. He thought he was so safe trying to make his way in, but Fadil, Reason, strike. That's going to be their second elimination of the game so far. Over 300 damage above the threshold. Still got some more distance to cover, but that's what these crash pads are for.
Another one put to
They're
good use.
underneath
And I believe it's
everybody right here.
Close to the right now. They've boxed up under the train tracks. They do have the freedom to do so, as they don't need that elevated position for the damage.
Steady.
Too much action going down around the map. This is around the time where Veno, Tasting, were taking down Pablo. Sato was able to take down Debule, but gets beamed in the back by Swidzy and Pootrick. No HP to regain, so he cannot stay in the zone for too much longer. And now they're positioned against two hungry players, Vico and Pink. Not the best placing in game one, but at least they were able to pull out a 16th place.
I believe they have the forecast tower of this
Welcome
match.
back.
So they do know
So
where these
this
next
is
zones are
game
pulling. You can see how well they've already
two
positioned themselves in this 7th
games.
zone. And their duos, or not the duos, but their opponents in the areas might be wondering, you know, do they know something that we don't? Should we be following them as they continue to rotate? Good amount of materials, decent amount of shield. As we look back over, Thomas HD. Now look, Jacob, Thomas HD, 14 top 10s, 10 top 5s, 7 top 3s in FMCS finals, but yet to take one home, yet to lift up that trophy. And now with 5 elims on the board, could this be the tournament?
Yeah, I kind of made a bold call, with probably along with everybody else in Fortnite, thinking this could be the Thomas HD season. He has yet to win one, but he has also come so close so many times. It's almost painful at this point, no matter how well you're performing. If you ain't first, I don't want it. That's probably what Thomas is thinking now at this stage.
You know
of the
how
game.
much he wants it.
He's got a really good loadout
Especially
right
with
now.
global championship spots up for grabs after this weekend. They could be the first ones to claim it as their own.
That is the question. That is the question. But with so many titans, so many legends from Fortnite competitive competing here today, it's harder than ever to take a spot at globals. I drop Nebs though. 368 above. They're feeling quite healthy here, as Art Skill is going to be able to pick one up. Storm Surge active now, though. The lobby is going to get electric.
And one thing about iDrop and Nebs, we really know what they're capable of. They can pop off at the biggest moments. Sometimes when things don't go their way, it's hard for them to kind of get back on track. But like you said, 368 damage above the threshold. Very little for them to do. It's just kind of biding their time, waiting the next couple of seconds for zone to move forward before they figure out where their rotation is going to come from. And already you're seeing them lining up a crash pad play, even though they do have some grapple blades.
Waiting for the perfect moment. They hear their shots. They know that Storm Surge is active, and it's going to cause the aggression from the players that are below. For Hen and Ski, though, already one elim on the board. Grapple blading ahead of zone. Will they build up, though? They have an opportunity for elevation. Are they going to take it? It looks like Ski's already boxed up. Almost full low here. A whole duo on top of him as he's forced to wait for the regroup.
Yeah, they went on the right side of the zone where it opened up, giving them more space to work with. As they're above damage on threshold, you see a lot of teams around them may not necessarily be as safe as they are. Get an early peek at high ground. Swizzy Pootrick. Might be too soon to tell if they can hold on to it. At least that's the way the trend has been going all FNCS long, even from the open qualifiers to the semifinals into this stage here that we saw in game one. You hold on to it too soon, a team will more than likely at least try to battle you for it.
They're going for
I mean, it worked out for
high ground
Aqua Noah
already.
in game 1. Got them all the way to 2nd place before they had to take an engagement. Issue was for Aqua Noah, all they had was 1 flopper, no med kits. And on the contrary, I believe I did see 3 med kits in one of the inventories up there in the clouds. So hopefully they can hold on, as all they'll need is materials. And now 9th zone, first moving, commencing.
Yeah, majority of the lobby having a far pull. Flixie taking some shots, but not anything to get scared about. Vico Pink, they have different plans in mind, trying to get to the box. Artskill stuck by himself, unable to really land the damage for the elimination, but I love the aggression coming out of Vico and Pink when they need it most. They cannot run out of material. Vidil, Reason in a similar spot, but they've got themselves space and time to pop the medkits. It's the shields that they're lacking, though.
Does Resin have a Flowberry Fizz? I see him take it out now.
Yes.
It's gonna be enough to recuperate a bit of shield, even give them that boost to continue rotating through. They're above, they're getting healthier. They have a couple eliminations and a good amount of materials. You can see now
he
the
got
tarps
another.
continue, so does the pressure. Queasy knocked down. It's all up to Thomas now.
He snatched that medallion at the last second, and on the receiving end of the Mythic Frenzy, all but just a sliver of HP, but he gets forced back to the zone. That's where Thomas is going to get credit for that knock, and you see him going back, trying to get the materials. Maxed up on loot as well. He's definitely cementing himself to have a big game here as a solo.
3 med kits for Thomas HD, full materials. This is what he needs to continue forwards. He can even play the heal off if he's able to make it far enough. 17 duos are up, 30 players.
Multiple medallions as well. The list of things that are going right for Thomas, other than him being a solo, is there. Nebs and iDrop trying to break to the back of the zone, the back of the box. They get confused momentarily as iDrop takes a huge amount of damage trying to make his way in. This is where they're going to stagger themselves. Flowberry Fizz, and they hop their way to the front side of the zone.
Still on high ground. I believe it's Swizzy Putrick. They've been maintaining it, but iDrop Nebs, their second height, as the pressure from above is gonna be raining down shortly. The zone pulling over water. Tace and Veno close to second as Thomas is still going strong.
Yep, he's looking probably the toughest solo player here, even separating himself from everybody else. Veno, Tace, and make a shot at the high ground. It drops down, and it turns on its side. They're the ones who went in for the elimination. Veno stuck to the outside of the zone, 15 HP, running out of builds, but finds a huge blind fire with the Reaper, unable to get the knock, but he's still trying to chase that elimination as he runs out of builds.
Just 15 HP, and it's gonna be the one shot to take him out. Vico now left as a solo as well, gone down, eliminated. It's Thomas HD. He's still going.
This is a solo that everybody knows that can put up some big points. 6 eliminations by himself, 8 as a team. A 9th's gonna be found as Lunex goes down, but Monier is trying to save the day. Swizzy towards the outside as well. There's where all Thomas's loot is gonna go, to the west side as he gets pressured from the high ground.
Winnable for Thomas HD. He has 3 medkits. He can play the heal off. All he needs to do is stay up until that last zone. With 8 or 7 eliminations to his lane, he is on fire.
I think he's gonna win here.
Everybody here is solos but one team, and it might be the high ground team. This could be a great
knows
chance for
somebody's
Thomas to
below
win
him.
this game. Taking a tick in the zone, that's going to allow him to start the heal off just a second earlier as iDrop's trying to creep around below. Thomas spots him out, makes him run into the next box. This is where everybody's getting closer and closer together, running out of time here at the end.
Huge for Thomas HD. That's 8, but he gets dropped. He gets eliminated. The medkits go to iDrop. It's now 2 duos up, 2 versus 1. Will iDrop have the space to pop the medkit? Yanis, Flixie taking shots, taking the elimination, and getting the VR for game 2.
No med kits, no heals, no problem for Yanis and Flixie. And they even saw that person trying to heal off. Thunder bursting straight into the box to cancel the med kit and steal the game away. Yanis and Flixie are looking like the Titans on top of the mountain now.
They were dominating in this recent match. I'm not sure exactly when they were able to overthrow high ground, but there were so many solos down below that just having that chemistry, having both players up was enough to give them that advantage to secure the win.
I really wanted him to win.
Just looking, Flixie just looking smooth, calm, cool, collected, backside of the zone. And this is where they knew it was all over for iDrop. Had him trapped, and as soon as they saw the audio visuals, the med kit going off, they beamed into the box to take him down.
That's a huge way to start off game 2 for Yanis and Flixie. They were unable to secure the first VR, but now you know they're feeling happier and more motivated than ever. But this is just the beginning, Jacob. They have a long ways to go.
Yep, and this is where everybody else in the lobby here has a chance to pick up some points. There's still 4 games left on the day, but let's throw on over to Frankie, Levin, and Minnie to let us know what the leaderboard is looking like after 2.
All right,
Thank you very
let's take a
much,
look
guys.
here.
It's going to be really interesting to watch day 1 of the grand finals because we're still seeing teams having to adjust to finding those surge tags, but also just getting the measure of the lobby. But Janice and Flixie, Mini Minor, have clearly started running before the rest have really started walking.
Yeah, it just shows they got to that point in the game really nicely. You could see when we went to their POVs, they were still stacked. They still had all those meds, all of those mats, of course, as well. And ultimately, what actually got them high ground wasn't even their own height take. It was Venno and Tayson actually trying to chop down height, drop them into their box, which then just gave Janice and Flixie the green light to go up. So a really nicely sort of set of circumstances for them, I suppose. So really nicely played from those guys. And of course, they had to capitalize. And if there's one of the teams that we talk about as being a high ground team to look out for, if it isn't Aqua and Noah, it's Janice and Flixie.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys, they're so confident this season and things really are working for them. I think there's a reason why they've come into the tournament considered a favorite by most people. There just aren't really any holes in their game plan a lot of the time, and even when they get put in these tough situations like this, they're not working with the most materials here by any means, right? The mats are low, but they're making things work, and I think it's a big testament to both of them. Of course, Janice already, we know, is experiencing these moments, but Flixie really rising to the occasion. I actually asked him before Grands, I said, Flixie, do you think you guys have any weaknesses? Like, what's going to stop you from winning Grands? He says, no weaknesses at all. We're winning. And that's the kind of confidence you're going to need to have if you're going to have any success in this kind of competition. So really impressive game for them. And like I was saying last game, Frankie, right? If we're going to see them get these sort of top 5s, wins even, it's going to have to be, you know, from high ground positions. And that's what we saw here today.
So do you think, well, I'm guessing you know Levin, hence why I'm asking you, is Janice calling all the shots here given that he has won grand finals before?
Yes, for the most part, you know, a lot of time you'll see Janice lead, but Flixie has the ability to as well. Like, he